Snowy first day of competition for the Man Bobsleigh World Championship at Innsbruck in Eagles. 2 heats on day one, 2 on day two, and after the first of the 4 runs, Lamindine of Great Britain, off a fine start, lay in 6th position. Another good getaway from the team, including Bruce Tasker and Ben Simons, who drove to 4th in the 2-man competition a week earlier, would see him take the lead out of the final corner from the junior 2- and 4-man world champion Johannes Lochner. Max Arndt, the reigning world champion, had had an awful first start. A problem loading into the sled, and he was 22 hundredths off the lead. Now surely was the time for him to fight back, but at the end of the run he was still in the red, and the British team had taken the advantage away by a few hundredths of a second. Lamindine ecstatic, Arndt with work to do. 4th place for Rico Pater of Switzerland, 4 hundredths of a second out of a medal. Rico Pater's made a bit of a career this season of being wild but fast. Tidier this time down the track. He was only a few hundredths ahead of Lamindine after the first run and was a couple behind after the second. The Brits were jubilant, leading with 3 to go. Nico Walter from Germany, 25 years old and more of a 4-man expert, struggled in the first week of the World Championships in the 2-man, couldn't even get close to a top 10 finish. But this was something different. 16 hundredths off the lead in the first heat. He soon put the British behind him, but the gap was only 3 hundredths of a second, a podium still within sight of the GB foursome. Russia's Alexander Kachinov had been 100th of a second quicker than Nico Walter in the first trip down the mountain. Could he extend that advantage and close on leader Francesco Friedrich of Germany? From the start he fell behind, and that's where he stayed. 100th of a second in it, but the positions reversed. Walter still leading, with his teammate last of the fast group to go. Francesco Friedrich didn't have snow. He had quick ice in the first heat, but it didn't seem to make any difference. A wild run from the start to the finish, lots of skids, lots of taps, but somehow he didn't lose his lead. He almost doubled it, from 15 hundredths up to 27 hundredths overnight. Nico Walter lies second. Alexander Kachinov just 2 hundredths ahead of Lamindine in a titanic battle for the podium spots.